Welcome back to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast. And in case you're just joining us, you're listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast with Emmy, Hikins, and Trevor.
Saying happy to go ahead, I will then tell him. I would say to him, actually, I don't think it's the right time to bring this up, but all right. Before that, let's backtrack a little bit. Before all that, I would say to him, if I was in your position. And I've played a scenario out to him. I'd say, if I was in your position and you saw my fiance, would you tell me? Would you? And if he says no,
that's giving it away. That's giving it away, though, isn't it? If you say that, why would you say that to him on his wedding day?
Well, I would. I would have to lie a little bit. And I know a man of my position is not supposed to openly say I was going to lie. I was going to say, well, it's unrelated. I would say it's unrelated. I would say it's just something somebody said. It just got me thinking. See? and I would quickly end it that way. And if he says no, I wouldn't, I wouldn't want to spoil your joy or whatever. Then I've got my answer. I would say, oh, right, yeah. I would say, yeah. Good luck on your big day,
So you base your decision on what he said to your question, which in reality, it would be very difficult to go and say that to somebody. Your best mate is getting married. And you go up and say, look, I just want to ask you something totally unrelated.
Yeah.
He might think, well, what are you asking me that today for? And I guess he will get a bit suspicious. But so your answer would be, from what you've said, you wouldn't tell him. Is that what you're saying?
It'd be based on what he would have done. Let's put it that way. So whatever.
But how could you actually have asked him, though, without, as I say, alerting him to something strange going on? You'd be giving it away, I would have thought.
All right, okay.
But can I turn it around a bit here? Let me turn it round. What if it was you, right? Now it's you and me. Yeah. You're getting married, right? You've invited me along, a big day, and one way or another in the morning, I'm in the offices of Deepstuff Records, and in the morning I discover that your bride-to-be is playing around with your best man. Well, I might say I would be very disappointed you hadn't chosen me as your best man, but we'll gloss over that one for the moment. But your bride-to-be, I discover, is having an affair, really playing around with the best man, and that later in the day she's going to be in the aisle, ready to get married to you, her husband-to-be. Supposedly to live happily ever after. Now, I'll ask you, if you're in that position, if you knew, or even if you didn't, would you rather I told you what I discovered? Yeah. In whatever the circumstances of your happiness level or whatever, would you rather know what your bride-to-be was up to, or would you rather say, actually, I'd rather not know because it'll probably fizzle out what they're doing anyway, and everybody's got a past, and it's best not to delve into history. I'd rather accept it. So what would your choice be if you were that person about to get married to this cheating fiance?
It was an easy one for me to answer up until the point where you said everyone's got a past, and that sort of just it sort of widens the scope a little bit. Does that make sense? Right. Everything that you said, I was going to go, yep, that's an easy one for me. Here's what I would have done. But then you said everyone's got a past. And then I'm like, whoa, how far does this past go? Does that make sense? How far does the past extend to? If the past is 2 weeks, it's a different answer. If the past is 10 years, it's a different decision. Does that make sense? So, you know, if you hadn't said everyone's got a past, I would have said, yeah, that's an easy one for me. This is what I would have done. Yeah. Or this is how I would have handled it.
Well, what was that? What would you have done then? Would you have rather be told? Would you rather be told?
Right. Would the past extend past 2 weeks, a month, 3 months?
Yeah, but if I caught them this morning, messing around together, then and you don't know about this, but in this discussion, would you rather know what she's up to because it could carry on into the marriage?
Sorry for the break in transmission. Who should help my life move to the permanent side by giving me.
Phantom. We're going to take a short break now. We're back shortly. You've been listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show with Trevor Gear and Emmy Hikins. The Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast is looking for sponsors. If you're a company out there looking to spread the word about the products and services you provide, please get in touch with Deepstuff Radio Podcast on info@deepstuffrecords.com, or to use the contact form on our website to contact us, please visit radio.deepstuffrecords.com. Also, if you're looking to get involved on the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast, reach out via our Deepstuff Radio Facebook page. Thank you.